Today in this video, let us see how to explain our project in the interview, what are the important aspects that we need to cover, and also let us see the tense that we are going to use and the sentences that are important to use and why as well. This video might be a little bit lengthy because the aim of this video is for the beginner to understand what sentence to use, where to use and how to use. I will make a different video in a short and sweet manner, like straight to the point, what all we need to cover and how we can cover. So without any further ado, let's begin. So firstly, before seeing an example, so in this video I have two parts. One, what are the points which we need to cover? Second one, an example explaining all these points and also some sub examples into that as well. So firstly, what are the main aspects that you need to cover when you are explaining your project? First most important thing is overview. You know, right? Every interview always starts with explain about yourself or explain about your experience or explain about your project. The starting question of any interview is generally going to be this. So it is very important you create a good impression, you say in a fluent manner, because these are the questions which we already know. So it's important to be well prepared beforehand. So first most important thing is you need to give a short overview. Okay, when we get to the explanation, we will see what is the importance of overview and how to give an overview. First most important point, you need to give a small overview. Second important point, you need to then explain what is your role in the project and what are your day-to-day activities and what is your responsibility in the project. Third one, explain the tech stack in your project, like are you working in a front end or are you working in back end, front end plus back end, are you using Java or Python, Java plus Spring, Angular for front end, then Java plus Spring, what are you actually doing? Explain the tech stack that you are using. Next, if you have, this is only if any, means it is optional. If you have any challenges that you have faced, you should try to explain that as well. Remember, you should not just explain the challenge that you have faced. You are a professional, means you have some experience, which means you should also bring up how you have solved that challenge, what you have done to resolve that particular issue or challenge that you are facing. If you feel that you don't know what you have done to resolve that issue or you don't have a good challenge, just skip this part. Unnecessarily don't put more information and create unnecessary stress on yourself. If you have any good challenge that you have faced and you know how you resolved it, and if it was you who resolved it or proposed a solution for it, then go for it. And finally, the results, means based on what you have developed, how did a real-time customer actually get benefited? This is also optional. If you have a good explanation for this, like based on your output, how the person has actually been benefited, then you include it, or else you just say like how you have been able to meet the release timeline. Okay, so these are the few most important points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 most important points which you should never neglect. You can say it in your way. So now let us see one example, but before that let me repeat what are the 5 simple steps and 5 important points that you need to cover. First one, give a small overview about the project. Second one, explain your role, responsibilities and day-to-day activities in your project. Third one, explain your tech stack which you are using, front end, back end, and which technologies you are using in your project. Fourth one, optional, it will be good to have. Challenges if you have faced anything. Fifth one, how the actual user has been benefited, the results. Now let us see a short example. For this demonstration, I am taking an example from the travel domain. For example, some IRCTC or Make My Trip, either train travel or flight travel. Okay, what is the first point which we thought which we need to explain to the interviewer? We thought that we should give a small overview about the project. Remember, there are 3 things here. Currently you are working on, or you have already worked on, because let's say your 3-year experience, maybe 1 year you worked in one project and then you switch to another project and then you switch to another project. So when you are referring to your previous projects, what do you need to say? I was working on that project. When I was working on that project means something in the past. I am currently working on this. Most important thing, remember the tense. This explanation, all these points are going to demonstrate what is the tense you need to use, why you need to use, and important. So that is the reason it is going to be a bit lengthy. Okay, so first most important thing, if you are referring to something in the past, when I was working in that project, The project, my initial project was based on, or my initial project deals with, I am currently working on a project which is, I was. Okay, simple. Future tense, anyways, you are not going to use it because you are explaining your previous project or current project. Okay. In case you want to express what future project you want to work in, I am willing to work, I am wishing, I am looking for a project in the travel domain. I am looking for, I was working, I am currently working. I was working, I am currently working, I am willing for, I am willing to work in a project, I am looking for a project. Okay. So first most important thing in overview, I am currently working on a project in the airline domain. So what is the importance to tell this? Okay, let me complete the sentence, then we will break down the sentence piece by piece and understand the importance of each part so that you can use it for your particular project. The first sentence should always be, or it would be good to be, I am currently working on a project in the airline domain where our goal is to develop APIs for the agent for ticket booking. So what did we try to tell here? We told that I am currently working on a project which is which domain? Airline domain. Now, why is it important to express your domain? Explain the domain which you are working in is because in IT, there are different domains. Banking domain, insurance domain, healthcare domain, travel domain, transportation domain, hospitality domain. So, if the interviewer is also from the domain that you are in, there is a chance that the interviewer will understand that, okay, I am recruiting him for travel domain. This guy has already worked in the travel domain, which means functionally at least something he knows. Fine. It's a good point. Or, okay, I am recruiting for travel domain. This guy is also from travel domain. Let us test him little bit functionally so that we will know how much he has understanding of his particular project. So either way, it is going to help you. Or maybe you are from travel domain, interviewer is from banking domain. To just check your understanding skills or communication skills, he might ask you a few terms. Can you explain me what exactly is a ticket? What is an itinerary? What is this PNR? How the train transportation system works? He can ask you the few basic things. If you have good functional knowledge, then you can explain. That is a good point. So it is always important, because we have different domains, it is always important to express your domain that you are working in. Now, next part where we have told that where our goal is to develop the APIs for the agent for ticket booking. What are we trying to tell here? What do we do on a daily basis? What is the aim of the project? Overview. What is the project for? Are you creating an application for the real-time passenger? For example, IRCTC also belongs to travel. What does this IRCTC do? You can go and book a ticket. So you are going to tell, I am working in this IRCTC project where the ultimate aim for this project is for the passenger to come and book a ticket. So that is the most important thing. You need to tell the aim of your project. So this is with the overview. Just one or two sentences. What domain you are working in, what is the project about, and what is the primary goal, final aim of the project, what it is trying to achieve. Create a train travel reservation system, something like that. Okay. So this is for the overview. Next, very most important thing, explaining the role, responsibility and day-to-day activities. So there are again multiple scenarios here. It depends on your experience level. Let's say you are a 1 year or a 2 year experience. It is okay to tell that you are a team member. If you are a 3 year or a 4 year experience, it is okay to tell that you are a team member, but it would be good if you say that you are leading the team, if you are actually doing it. So let's say some 3 year, 4 year experience people get a chance to lead the group of people. Some 1 year, 2 year experience also do get a chance to lead a group of people. This 3 year, 4 year experience or 1 year, 2 year experience, how to explain if you are a team member and how to explain if you are somebody who is helping the team. Means from the offshore, you are the lead, there are 4 freshers which you are helping. So let us see 2 examples over here, team member and also helping the lead. Let's say you are a team member. I am a member of the team of 5 developers and I am responsible for. Simple. I am a member of the team. And how many people are there in the team, sir? 5 developers are there in the team. And within the 5 developers, you are one member. What is your responsibility? You need to explain over there. We will get to the responsibility part once again, but let us see how to say for the experienced people. I am the lead developer from offshore, managing the development team with 5 developers, or managing the development team of 5 developers. So in the first example, we are saying that we are a team member. I am just a team member. Second example, we are saying that I am the lead developer from offshore. Here, why it is important to say that you are the lead developer from offshore is to highlight your leadership skills, is to portray yourself and tell that you are leading the team with 4 people. Even though you are 3-year experience from the offshore, you are the most experienced person within the team and you are helping coordinating between the 4 people. So what does this show? Why do we need to always highlight this? Sir, the important aspect of these interview questions, especially explain your experience, explain about yourself and explain about your project, is to see what are your leadership skills. Technical skills will be the next round. They are going to ask you technical questions. Okay. But these are the few places they will come to know about your functional knowledge and also the behavioral skills that you are going to have. So whenever there is a chance, you should highlight that you are working hard or you are a good team player. You are a good leader. So if you are a team member, just say I am a team member where the team consists of 5 people, or if you are a lead developer, it is always good to say I am the lead developer from offshore. You should never say I am the lead developer in the team. 3-year experience, nobody will be the lead developer in the team. There will definitely be a TDL. Never take the credit from others. Whatever we have, we just need to say I am the lead developer from offshore managing the team of 4 developers. Fine, sir. What did you tell now? You told your role. What is the pending things? Responsibility and day-to-day activity. Responsibility, we already know as a developer what you are going to do and all these things. So, in the first sentence, what I have said, I am a member of a team of 5 developers and I am responsible for developing the APIs based on the requirements that are given to me. So, what we are trying to say? We are telling that I am responsible for developing the APIs based on the requirements given to me, and I am currently working in an agile project. Most important point, very most important point. If you are working in an agile project, you need to highlight it. You need to highlight that you are working in the agile project. There are 2 ways. Waterfall and agile. If you are working in an agile project, you should consider yourself lucky because there are so many questions around this agile project. Explain the ceremonies in agile that you follow. Explain about your daily stand-up. How does it go? What is sprint planning? How do you do the estimation? Who gives the sprint demo in your project? What do you do on a sprint retrospective? And how do you improve yourself in the next sprints? What is an iteration? So many questions are there around agile just to test your knowledge. And if you say all these questions, it's going to be good. So if you are in an agile project, please always highlight that you are in an agile project. Say that you are in an agile project and you follow all the ceremonies for agile if you are actually doing it. So when you say your answer, what you can do, I am the lead developer from offshore managing the development team of 4 developers and coordinating with them. We are currently following the model of agile and I coordinate within the team based on the requirements, task allocations, and we try to always complete the work within the iteration, which is of 2 weeks. Within the iteration, it is generally 2 weeks. We are trying to tell that we know something about agile. We are also trying to tell that you are coordinating between all these 4 people throughout the iteration, throughout the sprint, and you are getting the work done within the same iteration. So, really important thing, you need to tell if you are in a lead position. Always highlight it. Don't worry whether your designation is lead. Not required. If you are the senior member in the team from the offshore, then definitely you can highlight it. I am leading the team with 4 developers. No problem. So this is the second important point. First one was the overview. Second one is explaining the role, responsibility and day-to-day activities. When you say agile, automatically day-to-day activities are going to go in the flow. They are going to ask you what are the different things that you are going to do. From everything, right? Sprint planning, you are going to do estimation, you are only going to do analysis, you are only going to do testing, you are only going to do, because in agile, there is no tester. You are the tester, you are the developer, you are the analyst, everything you are only there. So when you say agile, everything will get covered. Now, next most important thing, explain the tech stack that is being used. What is the technology stack that is being used here? Always remember, you cannot sit and explain all the technologies that are there in your resume or all the technologies that you are using. What is important is to highlight the main technologies that are required for the job. Let's say you are applying for a Java developer. You are going to say Java and Spring and one DB. You are applying for the Python developer. You are going to say Python related high top technology, which is mandatory skill, main skill. All the sub skills not required, they will see it in your resume. So always remember, you should say the main mandatory primary skills for your particular job role which you are applying. So when you are explaining the tech stack that you are using, just don't say my project has technologies like Java, SQL, Spring and all these things. You should say the APIs. After saying the overview, your role and responsibility, move on and say the APIs that we are building for our project are based on Java and Spring framework. We also utilize NoSQL Redis database. This is something new. Everybody uses SQL, right? So again, you are going to go there and highlight SQL. Not really good. If you have NoSQL, it is good to highlight it because it is something different. So the APIs are built using Java and Spring framework. We also utilized NoSQL Redis database to store and fetch the data. Maybe train information, maybe flight information or customer information. We also integrated our APIs with several external APIs provided by the Amadeus. For example, in airlines, Amadeus provides you all the data. So you can use Amadeus or whatever it is there in yours. The aim of saying this sentence is you should say that you are also coordinating, communicating with the external APIs. So we are several external APIs provided by Amadeus to fetch the flight number info and used OAuth for authentication. If you see the paragraph that I'm saying, again I will read it without any break. The APIs are built using Java and Spring framework. We also utilized NoSQL Redis database to store and fetch the data. We also integrated our APIs with several external APIs to fetch the flight information, passenger information, and also used OAuth for authentication. So this is the entire para which I have written down to explain the tech stack. So remember here, let's break down a line after the line. First line says the APIs are built using Java and Spring framework. We are highlighting the mandatory skills for this job, which are Java and Spring framework. Also, I am projecting that I am not using SQL. Anyways, I am going to use SQL. That leave aside. I am also using NoSQL. So I have knowledge on NoSQL as well to store. And then functionally, I am going to put a little bit information from where I am fetching, but I am not going to completely put the functional information I am going to fetch from there. No, my aim is to say not only within the project, within the APIs that are present within this project, we are also communicating with the external APIs which are provided by other service providers. Other people are providing APIs. From our application, we are calling this APIs, which means that service to service communication to the external services. And also we have highlighted that we are using OAuth, which means that apart from basic auth, you have knowledge of OAuth as well. That is the importance of this particular para. Not reading all the technologies, you should say how you are using this technology and what benefit, what newly you know. I know OAuth. I know how to communicate with the external services. I am using Java and Spring. I also know how to use NoSQL. So this is the most important point. And next, we thought that we are going to say any challenges faced and results. Also, remember that if there is a possibility to put an improvement. Now we say Java, we didn't specifically say which version or whatever. So if there is an improvement in the project that is going on which you had a chance to do, if you have a chance to put it in this answer, it will be really good. So that is a small enhancement which I have put over here. I said as the Java version moved ahead, our project also started migrating to Java 8. Fortunately, I've had an opportunity, I've had a chance to work on it, through which I was able to learn Java in real-time work too. So what are we trying to highlight here? We are trying to show our enthusiasm when the project version is moving from one version to another version. We are showing our enthusiasm that we want to work on it. We have worked on it. And now we are telling that I got real-time experience not only in Java, I got real-time experience in Java 8 as well. How did I get the real-time experience? In my project, they migrated from Java 7 to Java 8. I am a part of it. That is the reason I got the experience in Java 8. So whatever we put in our resume, that especially technologies, if we are able to back it up, with one explanation like this, like external, I know OAuth. Why you know OAuth? Because I am communicating with one external service, so I used OAuth. Okay. Why you know NoSQL Redis database which you have put? Because we are storing the information in that database. Why? How you know Java 8? Tell me. Because there was a migration project that happened from Java 7 to Java 8. I was a part of it. Within these few 5 to 10 lines, we have covered how we know all those technologies in our particular resume that we have put. So challenges faced, if really you have faced any challenge, then just say that mostly it never, the point to remember here when you are highlighting the challenges that you have faced, never degrade the project or degrade the people. Don't say like my team is not supportive, but I have delivered. Even though my team was not available, I have delivered. This is very wrong. You should never talk about other people. Only what challenge you have faced as a person, not with the team. You should always say we, not me. Our project, not my project. In our project we work on, not in my project I work on. Always it's we. It is teamwork. The moment you highlight that in a particular release my lead was not there, my team members were not there, that was the major challenge, it is a big mistake, because it is very common. Dependency should be 0%. Tomorrow if your lead goes out, you should be able to take the project. So never ever highlight that people were gone and that was the most challenging situation that I have faced. Not like that. Technically, what is the challenge you have faced? While implementing OAuth, I faced some issues. So I communicated with that external team, understood the requirements, understood what they were expecting, and we implemented that, and somehow within the iteration we were able to complete what we were, something like that. Technically you need to say, not about the people. And finally, results, how it helped the final consumer. For example, let's say you have developed the IRCTC app and people are able to happily, what is the traffic, if you are aware, like daily 1 lakh bookings are happening. We have reached a peak of 2,50,000 bookings on the APIs that we have developed. So something like that, if there is a positive result, if you know, it is good to put. So now there is another question. Sir, I am from support project. What can I do? Because I want to move to development, but I am in support. If a person is already in development, he can say so many nice things and go to the development project. I am in a support project. How do I explain my project? There is no use. It is okay. No problem. Let's see how to use the support project and give a positive impression, like how to create the good impression about your project or about yourself. First most important thing, you are put into a project. You won't choose support project, right? In your company, you did not choose the support project. They took you and they randomly put you in the support project. You are in company A, you are giving interview for company B. In company B also same thing happens. You are giving interview for company C also same thing happens. Giving interview for company D also same thing happens. It is a common thing in a lot of places. Recruiter is also aware of it. The main important thing is you should show your intention. Sir, I am in this project, support project I have been put into, but in my support project also, there is a development team, and this is what the development team does. I am not a developer, but out of my interest, I always communicate with the development team to know. I just see the logs and tell the issue, report the issue to them, but because I am interested in development, I go and spend some time with the developer and learn the technical things, learn the functional things. That is how I got to learn about this project. If you construct your answer in this way, where you say that even though I am being put into a support project, I always go and discuss with the developer out of my interest to learn. It creates a good positive impression to the interviewer that this person is genuinely interested. He has the enthusiasm. He has already done something. It's not that he is in support project, now he is finding for development project. No, he showed his interest. He is already clear about the functional knowledge in this project. So definitely he has the enthusiasm and he will definitely do well. So always, if you are in a support project, okay, there is nothing much we can do. We should try when the project is getting allocated, but 99% of the time, sometime it is not in our hand also, which you are also aware. So at least when you are giving the answer, try to have some functional knowledge on your support project and what is the development team actually doing, so that you can correlate this, you can relate this, and you can tell them, I am from the support project, but I know what the developer is doing because I am interested. I am communicating with the developer. I am talking to the developer. I am asking the developer what they are doing, which will show your interest towards the project and your learnings. Thank you so much for watching.